Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Jagar Ahmad Farizi. Here I would like to present my weekly journal, week 6 and 7 from extensive reading. Okay, let's begin. First, the strategies reading I use is predicting, scanning, and summarizing. Okay, for the first journal, the Permian extension Earth greatest die off. So, in essence, the Permian extension was the largest mass extension in Earth history, occurring around 250 million years ago and wiping out about 90% of all species in relatively short period of time, including nearly all marine life, with less than 5% surviving, and most land organisms, even causing the near total collapse of the global forest. Before this event, Earth had a highly diverse and stable ecosystem with various life forms such as synapses living in balance. But afterward, the world changed drastically into an environment with very low biodiversity, where only a few species survive and dominate, such as Lystrosaurus. Evidence of this catastrophe can be seen in the fossil record, including a fungal spike, which indicates massive amount of organisms decomposing and the disappearance of pollen, showing that global forests had collapsed. The cause is believed to be a combination of major factors, especially massive volcanic eruption in the Siberian Traps that release enormous amount of gas, triggering extreme global warming, acid rain, and chemical change in the ocean that led to oxygen depletion, along with the possible release of toxic gas like methane that further disrupt food chains. As a result, Earth ecosystem were almost completely reset, taking millions of years to recover. But this destruction eventually opened the way for new forms of life to evolve and shape the world as we know it today. Next, what I learned from the text about the Permian expansion, I learned that Earth once experienced the biggest mass extinction in history, where about 90% of all living things died. I also learned that life on Earth was once very diverse, but it suddenly changed into a world with very few surviving species. This event showed me how dangerous natural disasters like volcanic eruption, climate change, and lack of oxygen in the ocean can be. In addition, I learned that scientists can understand the past through fossil evidence such as fungal spikes and missing pollen. Finally, I learned that even after a very big disaster, life can slowly recover and new species can develop over time. Next, problem in comprehending the text. One problem I faced in understanding the text about the Permian expansion was my limited vocabulary. There were many difficult words and scientific terms, so it took me a longer time to understand the meaning of the text. Sometimes I had to rewrite the sentence or guess the meaning from the context. Because of this, I could understand the text but not very quickly. How the strategy facilitates my comprehension. The strategies I use, predicting, scanning, and summarizing, help me understand the text about the permanent extension better. Prediction, predicting, helped me guess the topic before reading, so I was more prepared. Scanning helped me find important information quickly without reading every word. Summarizing helped me remember the main ideas in the simple way. Because of these strategies, I could understand the text more easily even though there were many difficult words. For the new vocabulary, I found six new vocabulary. First, devastation in bahasa kehancuran besar. Number two, catastrophic, sangat buruk. Number three, perish, mati. Number four, prevalent, tersebar luas. Number five, aftermath, akibat setelah suatu kejadian besar. Number six, evidence, bukti. Next, for the literal and unpractical question. Number one, when did the permanent extension happen? And the answer around 250 million years. Number two, how many species died during this event? The answer about 90% of all species died. Number three, how many marine species survived? The answer less than 5% survived. What happened to forests during this extension? The answer, most forests disappeared. Number five, what is one piece of evidence of this extinction? The answer, a fungal sprite in the fossil record. Number six, why did only a few species survive after the extinction? And the answer, because the environment became very extreme and difficult to live in. Number seven, what can we infer from the fungal sprite? The answer, many organisms died and decomposed at the same time. Number eight, what did the ecosystem collapse after the event? The answer, because many species died breaking the food chain. Number nine, what does this event teach us about Earth environment? The answer, it can change drastically and become very dangerous. Number 10. What did it take a long time for life to recover? And the answer, because the most species were gone and ecosystem need time to rebuild. And for the second journal, Black Death. So, in essence, the Black Death was a deadly pandemic in the 1300s that killed more than 20 million people in Europe, almost one third of the population. It started in Asia and spread to Europe in 1347 through trading ships, where infected sailors brought the disease to ports like Messina. The disease spread very quickly through contact, air, and infected flesh on rats, causing symptoms like fever, pain, and swollen black boils before death. People at that time did not understand the cause, so they used ineffective treatments and believed it was punishment from God. The situation caused panic, social breakdown, and even violence. But later, methods like isolation or quarantine helped slow the spread and out of the disease decreased by the 1,000 1350s. It continued to occur again in later years. What I learned from the text about the Black Death, I learned that a disease can spread very fast and cause huge damage to human life. I also learned that lack of knowledge about science made people confused and afraid. So they believe wrong things like punishment from God. In addition, I learned that trade and human movement can help disease spread quickly. Finally, I learned that prevention methods like quarantine are very important to control disease. Problem in comprehending the text. One problem I faced in understanding the text about the Black Death was my limited vocabulary. Same like in first journal. There were many difficult and scientific words, so I need more time to understand the meaning. Sometimes I had to read and text again or guess the meaning from the context. Because of that, I could understand the text, and but not very quickly. How the strategy facilitates my comprehension. The strategy I use is same like before, predicting, scanning, and summarizing help me understand the text about the Black Death better. Predicting helped me guess the topic before reading, so I was more ready. Scanning helped me find important information like dates and cause quickly. Summarizing helped me remember the main ideas in a simple way. Because of these strategies, I could understand the text more easily even though there were many difficult words. No. And for new vocabulary, number one, contagious. In bahasa, it means mudah menular. Number two, pestilence, wabah penyakit mematikan. Number three, isolation, pemisahan. Number four, outbreak, penyebaran penyakit secara tiba-tiba. Number five, decompose, membusuk. Number six, transmission, proses penyebaran penyakit. Literal and inferential question. Literal and inferential question. Number one, when did the Black Death arrive in Europe? The answer is in 1347. Number two, how many people died in Europe? The answer, more than 20 million people. Number three, where did the disease come from? The answer, from Asia. Number four, Number four, how did the disease spread? The answer, through contact, air, and flesh of rats. Number five, what symptoms did people have? The answer, number fever, pain, and black balls. Number six, why were people very afraid during the Black Death? The answer, because many people died quickly and they did not understand the disease. Number seven, what can we infer about medical knowledge at that time? The answer, it was very limited and not effective. Number eight, why did the disease spread so fast? The answer, because of trade, travel, and lack of prevention. Number nine, what does quarantine show about human response? The answer, people start to find ways to control the disease. And last, number 10, what lesson can we learn from this event? The answer, disease control and knowledge are very important to save lives. That's all for my presentation. Thank you for your attention. I also apologize if there are any mistake in my pronunciation or wording. Thank you very much.